First off, Doug, congratulations on this evening. This is a remarkable group of people here that really represents a tremendous amount of mind power and manpower and the potential for this group to really help K.F.C. moving forward. I think what a great start. I remember your first year here and how difficult that was. He was away from home, struggling with the language. It was hard. But he is a fighter and a warrior, and that challenge quickly evolved, and we could see his passion for the Congo. And over the course of the years, see what and how that developed into what is today K.F.C. So his work ethic, his connectivity, everybody can see his leadership. He's really a unique and special person. We feel privileged to introduce him tonight. So Doug, come on up. The rest of the evening is yours.
Well, I don't get to cry, but please understand my emotion. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for taking time out of your busy schedule so you can stand with us. It is a privilege for me to stand here and have all of you guys in my audience. What a story. 5 years ago, I was speaking in Danuba, and this beautiful lady walked toward me and said, "Doug, you have inspired me. You have changed my perspective on poverty, and you have changed my life." Well, the Hensons have changed my life. The Hensons have given me a better story to tell and to cherish. They have embraced me as a son and support my passion for Congo. I'm a better person because of them. So will you please stand and give them a round of applause? Thank you so much. All the speakers, Mike Seashores, Lisa Smith Campbell, Pastor Bradbell, Pastor Angelus, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for having Congo in your heart, and thank you for believing that God can use young people to make a difference. There is a lot of credit being given to me, but I could not stand here if it wasn't because of my board members. So I will ask both the board of advisory and the board of directors please to stand, so we can give you both of them. Okay. Thank you. I want to recognize somebody in the room. Chief, can you stand, please? What a privilege to have Chief Dyer here. Jerry's a good friend, and I'm waiting on him to retire to take him to the Congo. Brennan, can you stand, please? Let's give Brennan a round of applause. K.F.C. looks beautiful because of Brennan. And this event, everything she has managed everything so that we can have a wonderful event. So let's give her another round of applause. Thank you so much. Well, tonight is a night of stories. As I know, many of you are sitting on many stories. My story is special and unique in a small world. My father was born and raised in Africa in a small, poor family. His parents knew how important education was to him. So they wanted him to go to school so he can become somebody, since they didn't have a chance to go to school. My father would leave his village and walk about 30 kilometers to another village. He was about 6 years old. He didn't have his shoes. He had one shirt and two shorts for many years. As he was going from his village to another village, my father would have to cross a river that had crocodiles. As he is commuting for many years, he had a chance to come across Mennonite missionary who took him from his village and brought him to Kijiji, which is a mission station. Do we have any Mennonite in the room tonight? So they know about Kijiji. From Kijiji, my dad ended up in Fresno and attended Fresno Pacific University. As he finished his studies, he decided to go back to the Congo because he believed that his country needed him more than America would need him. He went back to Congo and built a center of peacemaking and conflict resolution. But that started reconciling people in the churches, then the community, then the government. He started teaching people on how to vote and what is election and who you should vote for. He has been doing this in partnership with the Peacemaking Center at Fresno Pacific University. As my father, I came to Fresno in 2005 as a student. I didn't know English, as my American parents have expressed here. I arrived in Fresno, I think August 19, 2005. I was on campus, Fresno Pacific, and I didn't know English. So it took me 2 years just learning the language. I failed the English test 6 times for me to pass it. And I was about to give up. I remember a time that Eric would call me and encourage me and say, continue to study, you pass the test. I thought I was a failure. I was thinking that English was a spiritual fight where I would fast and pray and go take the test and fail. So then I started blaming myself. I thought God wasn't listening to my prayer. Then I realized that I had to study more and continue to practice. I even went to Las Vegas to take the test. I fell 1 point short. I remember I slept outside in the car. 6 a.m. I walked into McDonald's, washed my face and brushed my teeth. I walked in the classroom and I fell 1 point short. I came back to Fresno. To me, it was a big deal because since I was born in Congo, I knew that God was calling me for something bigger than myself since I was in high school. As a student body president in high school in Congo, I was dreaming about coming to America. And I was dreaming about meeting U.S. senators and sitting with the U.S. president. My friend, this is 10 years ago. My friend would say, you are crazy. You are coming from a poor family. How you will make it to America? How you will see U.S. senators? What I've said 10 years ago has been taking place since last year. God has been faithful. My story is no different than the story of Joseph or Daniel in the foreign land. I have seen God's grace, and I've seen God's hand in my life. As a student at Fresno Pacific, my friend and I decided to start sending money to the Congo to feed homeless and street kids. We started that year by borrowing $70 from a friend who was from Kenya, now lives in Canada. We sent $70 and we fed 30 kids. They sent us pictures, started sharing on campus. More friends wanted to be a part of it. They were pitching $20, 30, 40, 50. College students struggling. We'll send $200, $300, they'll send us pictures. We have been doing this for 9 years. And some of my friends are here who have been part of the journey from the get-go. Sarah, Maya, and Pemba. They started this journey with me. Sometimes I take a lot of credit for everything about K.F.C. But I had a lot of friends from school who have been supporting me in what we want to do. The last couple of years we decided to not just feed the kids, but we also wanted to invest in education because we believe that education is the backbone of any society. Education is the most powerful weapon in any artillery for us to make a difference. Then we thought about making K.F.C. Kulungu Fukambo. I know some of you are thinking about Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know, it's kind of funny because I was in Congo. I know African love chicken. So I came to Fresno, African American love fried chicken. So then I started wondering something between chicken and Africans. So as we start working on K.F.C, we decided to invest in life for young people back in the Congo. As Mike has said, not everybody get a chance to go to school because education then become a privilege. You have to pay to go to primary school and high school. And sometimes it doesn't cost much. But not every family can afford it. So we thought about investing in young people. As I've sensed, God's call in my life is more in terms of being the voice for the voiceless and defending the defenseless. And we thought it was important to use education to inspire these young people and give them a chance. So this is what we're going to do. Starting this year, we will invest in the life of 25 students in the Congo. It costs about $1,000 to attend college in the Congo. Next year, we want to double the number to 50 students. As we're sending them in school, we call this the Legacy Project because of the legacy that the Hansen started in me by putting them in school. We want to continue that spirit. So what we're going to do, we're going to raise funds here in Fresno, in America, and send to Congo and pay for this student. As they're attending school, we're going to make sure that they have everything that they need. So in Africa, computer and internet is a luxury. Not everybody get a chance to do so. So we thought about also giving them a chance by having a computer center where young people will have a chance to go to school and use computer, learn how to use computer. But we have the second project, still in education. We thought about building schools because you have seen pictures. The schools in the Congo are really broken, as you can see on the PowerPoint pictures that are showing right now on the screen. Those are the classrooms where my father was born and raised. These kids are smart kids. Their stories are no different from our own story. They're just young people like me. They also have ambition. They also have dreams. They want to do something in life, but they don't have anybody to give them a chance. I could easily come to America and say, forget Africa, I won't be here. I'm legally here. Chief Dyer is here, otherwise I won't be here. So we could easily say, forget about Africa. But the scripture says, to whom much is given, much is expected. Then I start thinking about my own legacy as a young man. What are my dreams? What are my missions? What kind of story I want to leave behind for myself? I've seen it from my father coming to America and going back to the Congo. And I want to follow the same path because I also want to impact life for young people in the Congo. So we're going to partner with the Mennonite Church to build this first high school. My background, I'm a Mennonite. So we want to use the Mennonite connection in the Congo to making sure that we're building a high school that will give them a chance to go to school, but also making sure that they have a playground. They can use computer. The school will give a chance to about 1,000 kids, that will have a day to go to classes. So 500 will go in the morning as an elementary school, and 500 will go in the afternoon as a high school. I don't know if you guys use the system here, but we do it back home because we don't have much infrastructure. So this is 1,000 people, kids a day, who are having a chance to go to school. I think it costs about $40 million to build Buchanan High School here. It will cost us about $350,000 to build the high school. As you can see on the PowerPoint, that's the cost for the school. Now, as soon as the resources are available, we want to jump the second project, building the second high school. Because what we want to do, we want to see growth every year, back home as well as here. We want to make sure that we're keeping our donors aware of what we're doing in the Congo. We're growing here in terms of finances, but also growing back home in terms of how many people are attending school. How are they acting in school? Are they being successful? How can we use the connection we have in America to make a difference in the Congo? This is where Fresno Pacific will play a big role because of the fact that I went to Fresno Pacific. It's a Mennonite school, and we were working with the Mennonite church back in the Congo. And I have a lot of friends from Pacific who want to come to Congo eventually, maybe when Ebola is over, so they can definitely come and have a chance to help us. So, as you might know, just paying school for somebody sometimes is not enough. Sometimes they need friends. Sometimes they need mentors. Sometimes they need professors they can talk to. As I've seen myself studying at Fresno Pacific, how my professors became a friend, how I would speak to them, how I would exchange with them on the study score in the Congo, how I would tell them my mission, my dreams, and what I want to do. Then I realized it was important also to consider having mentors for this student back in the Congo. So I've decided to create 4 groups of mentors here in Fresno. We'll have the group of doctors, business, farmers, and lawyers, based on the majors that we have among our students. So each group will have about 5 to 10 people. And the requirement is to go to the Congo even once a year so they can meet with these students, talk with them, exchange with them, see what they need, and how they can advise them so they can be successful in the school world. So all these ideas are great, but we're gonna need somebody to fund them. We're gonna need finances. Then we thought it was important to create another group that I call the ambassadors. The ambassadors gonna be people that will be representing K.F.C. We're gonna have 5 to 10 in Fresno, then other people in Washington, D.C., and we are in New York on Wall Street, because we also have some friends on East Coast who want to help us. So the ambassador is going to be fundraising for K.F.C. So that one takes some heavy work from the board members, as they're going to be working on different projects. The ambassadors can work with the board members, making sure that we're on the same page, and we're raising funds to meet our short-term and long-term goals in the Congo. You know, looking at Africa and every single problem that we have, we realize that God's still more important than any other thing, especially for myself. Because in no way that my story is even possible here in America, but God can. As you can see in the room, as you can hear from different speakers, and if we would have a chance to have folks from New York, they will say the same thing. That we connect in ways that we can't explain. Sometimes we embrace each other without even knowing. So we realized that the spiritual part is important. So then I have decided to create groups of prayer here in Fresno. We're going to have a men group and a women group that will be praying for Congo. Because I believe that whatever we do will be for a short time, but what we do for Christ will last forever. The scripture says in the book of Romans 12 that God has given us different gifts, but one Spirit. Some have been called to be pastors, doctors, and so on. Since God has called me to be the voice for the voiceless, then I realized K.F.C. is my ministry. K.F.C. is a way for me not just to help young people to go to school, but also to preach the gospel. K.F.C. is a way to direct people to God, knowing that only Him can fix the status quo in the Congo. So this group of prayer can be helping us praying, maybe once a week, maybe once a month. We're going to work with them and fix it and find out how we're going to do it. But starting in January, this group will be effective, and they're going to be helping us in 2015. The mentors going to help students as soon as they're out of school to start getting jobs. Because as they be starting small business, just as Mike said, that they will have a chance to make an income. That they will start giving young people a chance to have a job. Because at K.F.C. we believe that the men need a job. Because a job provides an income. An income, a saving and investment growth, and growth reduce poverty. So see, this type of macroeconomic concepts is so important for Congo to move forward. This is the only way that we can drive down our unemployment rate that is above 90%. This is the way we can help our GDP grow. And even I look at the GDP per capita of Congolese people, which is less than $300 a year. So we need you to be a part of what we want to do. Understand that somebody has to support, even in prayer or by giving. As I reflect on the story of my father, then I'm thinking, what was going on my father's head as he was crossing the river as a little boy? he didn't think that on this very October 14th, his son gonna be standing here, reflecting on 55 years ago, the risk that he was running, because he just wanted to make a difference. His sibling, who didn't want to cross the river, my uncle, didn't finish school. To this day, he lives in the village with his family. So if I'm standing here tonight because my dad had the courage to cross the river. So Fresno, I want you to have the courage to cross your limitation tonight. I want you to take the risk by investing in life of these people. I would think the Hanson didn't know that one day I'm going to be standing here raising money to build schools in the Congo. They invest in me, but I'm investing in thousands of young people in the Congo. So this is what faith can do, because we believe that there is a God that can give us opportunity. We believe that we can shape life with young people by giving them a chance, taking the risk. And this is how it has been done here in America, that I have learned. The spirit of entrepreneurship, as we have seen it with Tim Gate or Mike Seashores, where people are taking risks to invest. And you'll never go wrong by investing in education. I believe that there is no coincidence for us to be here tonight. I believe that there is a chance for us to alleviate poverty and help these people from Africa. Africa has gone through a lot of problems in the past decade, or in the past 200 years. One day it's war, the other day it's malaria. One day it's AIDS, the other day it's Ebola. See, these people, they don't want to be poor. They don't decide to be lazy and poor people who want to stay home so somebody can just hand them money. These are people that have skills. These are people who want to work. These are people that want to make a difference. As we have seen it here, in the spirit of free market, as people take risks, as Adam Smith believed in the invisible hand and the laissez-faire concepts, where the invisible hand is driving the market, young people are taking a chance to take the risk. We have seen it in America for 200 years, how business is thriving. And we believe that we can copy some ideas that have been working here to make a difference in the Congo. This is what I will ask you to do tonight. Consider supporting us by providing resources so we can put these 25 students to school. It costs about $1,000 a year. It will cost us $20,000 to $30,000 to build this computer center that will give young people a chance to learn how to use computer and also to use the internet. We just don't want to put them in school and come out of school and stay home. We want to help them to launch business so they can become successful. See, I have learned a lot from you guys, from this country. It was the American people that gave my father a chance, taking him from his village to another village. The American people brought my father here in Fresno. The American people brought me here. My American family embraced me as a son, loved me, and cherished me and support my passion for Congo. It was my American professors who inspired me, who believed in me. The American people who are my board members. See, America has done much for me and my family. America has been everything to us. This is why I love America, because America loved me first. In no other country across the globe my story could even be possible. Let's continue the fight. Let's continue this good legacy. So if you think that it is possible to give young people a chance to go to school, if you believe that what we're trying to present to you are ideas that can help Africa to move forward, if you believe in what we're providing as a vision for Africa, then I'll ask you to join us as we are working hard by building a better Congo, one person, one family, and one region at a time. Tonight we have a chance to raise money. We need 50,000 tonight for us who can do the work that God has called us to do. If you think that your ability is only to pray for us, please go ahead and do so. We need prayers. If you think you can help us in raising funds, please do so. because that is the only way that we can build a better Congo. Thank you so much for being here tonight, and what a blessing to continue to glorify God for what He's doing. Thank you so much. God bless you.